నమస్కార్. పోయిన వీడియోలలో మనము కొన్ని క్రూజ్ లైన్స్ గురించి మాట్లాడుకున్నాం. క్రూజ్ లైన్స్లో జాబ్ ఎలా తెచ్చుకోవాలి, క్రూజ్ లైన్స్కి కావాల్సిన విద్యార్హతలు ఏంటి, అదేవిధంగా క్రూజ్ లైన్స్కి జాబు తెచ్చుకొని అందులో జాయిన్ అవ్వాలంటే ప్రొసీజర్స్ ప్రాసెస్ మొత్తం మీకు తెలియజేయడం జరిగింది. దానికి కావాల్సిన కోర్సులు కూడా ఏ విధంగా చేయాలి, ఇమిగ్రేషన్ క్లియరెన్స్ ఎలా ఉండాలి, షిప్పుల్లో పని ఎలా ఉంటుంది, ఇవన్నీ కూడా చర్చించుకున్నాం పోయిన వీడియోలో. అదేవిధంగా హోటల్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ కోర్సులు ఎన్ని ఉంటాయి, ఎన్ని రకాలు ఉన్నాయి, ప్రైవేట్ కాలేజీలో ఎన్ని రకాల హోటల్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ కాలేజీలు ఉన్నాయి, అదే గవర్నమెంట్ హోటల్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ కాలేజ్లో ఎటువంటి కోర్సులు ఉన్నాయి, ఇవన్నీ కూడా మనం చర్చించుకున్నాం. నేను మీకు చెప్పబోయే విషయం ఏంటంటే, గవర్నమెంట్ కానీ ప్రైవేట్ కానీ ఎటువంటి కాలేజ్లో అయినా హోటల్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ అనగానే ఒక బేసిక్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఇండస్ట్రీకి సంబంధించిన ఇండస్ట్రీ ఆపరేటెడ్ కోర్సులు ఏ విధంగా కరికులం చేయబడ్డాయి, వాటిని మనం ఏ విధంగా నేర్చుకోవాలి, ఎటువంటి డిపార్ట్మెంట్లు ఉన్నాయి, ఆ డిపార్ట్మెంట్లో ఏ విధంగా మనం పని చేయబోతున్నాం, మన బేసిక్ వర్క్ ఏముండబోతుంది, వీటి బేస్ మీదనే మీకు కరికులం అనేది స్ట్రక్చర్ చేయబడి ఉంటుంది అన్నమాట. సో మనకి ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్లో బీఎస్సీ హోటల్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ కానీ, బీబీఏ గ్రాడ్యుయేషన్ కానీ, హోటల్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ గ్రాడ్యుయేషన్ కానీ, హోటల్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ గ్రాడ్యుయేషన్ కానీ, ఇంకా హోటల్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ ప్రొఫెషనల్ హోటల్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ గ్రాడ్యుయేషన్ కానీ, ఎగ్జిక్యూటివ్ హోటల్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ గ్రాడ్యుయేషన్ కానీ, లేదంటే డిప్లొమాలు కానీ, క్రాఫ్ట్ కోర్సులు కానీ, ఇవన్నీ కూడా హోటల్ మేనేజ్మెంట్కి సంబంధించిన కోర్సులే. కాకపోతే వాళ్ళ యొక్క డిపార్ట్మెంట్లను బట్టి కరికులం డివైడ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది, అంతగా తప్పించి మనం ఏదో కొత్తవన్నీ విషయాలన్నీ ఇక్కడ మనం కరికులంలో పెట్టాం. ఇండస్ట్రీకి కావాల్సినవే మనం కరికులంలోకి తీసుకొస్తాం. అయితే వాళ్ళ కోర్సు డ్యూరేషన్ బట్టి, వాళ్ళ యొక్క కాలేజీలను బట్టి, వాళ్ళ యొక్క స్టాండర్డ్లను బట్టి సిలబస్ కానీ కరికులం కానీ స్ట్రక్చర్ చేసుకోవడం జరుగుతుందన్నమాట. అయితే ఇప్పుడు డిగ్రీకి ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్ డిగ్రీకి పిల్లలు స్టూడెంట్స్ అడ్మిషన్స్ తీసుకొని ప్రైవేట్ కాలేజ్ కానీ గవర్నమెంట్ కాలేజ్ కానీ అడ్మిషన్ తీసుకొని వాళ్ళు కాలేజ్లోకి వెళ్ళాక ఎటువంటి సిలబస్ వాళ్ళు నేర్చుకుంటారు, ఎటువంటి ది సబ్జెక్ట్స్ వాళ్ళు నేర్చుకుంటారు, దాంట్లో ఫుడ్ ప్రొడక్షన్ పాత్ర ఏంటి. సో బీయింగ్ యాజ్ ఎ షెఫ్ అండ్ ఫుడ్ ప్రొడక్షన్ ఫ్యాకల్టీ, I am going to explain about food production department and food production subject. So what are the topics will be covered in a first year, first semester, second semester, third semester, fourth semester and fifth semester and sixth semester, because the degree will be 3 years duration course. So because of that they divide into semester wise. The 6 semesters are going to be there for the degree students, and diploma students 5 semester courses are there, 4 semester courses are there, and 1.5 year craft course also there, and 2 years diploma also there. So it's a depend on the course and time duration and their curriculum. So but when you're talking about the degree, all the topics will be repeat for entire courses. So now what we are going to learn in a first semester for the hotel management graduate students. Introduction to cookery ante what we are going to learn in the introduction of the cookery. So actually what is the cookery, how it is going to be cooked, when it is going to be cooked, and what you require for the cooking, and how the raw materials are going to be classified, what is the international cuisines and the national cuisines and the regional cuisines, and the butchers and gardenmangers, how it is going to be divided, will be there in a first semester and first year. So now introduction cookery, levels of skills of experience. Skill, how See, all these hotel management students cannot be joined as a chefs. Depends on their skills. Depends on their the passion. So because of that, they are going to move into the different departments. Maybe some students want to become a chefs. Some students want to become a the front office managers. Some students want to become a F&B managers, and some students want to become a housekeeping executives. So it depends on their skills, and their choosing, and their proceeding to their departments. Now, attitude behavior in the kitchen. So when you choose a food production department to become a chef, a professional chef, so what, how the attitude should be there in the kitchen? See, most of when you're talking about five-star hotels, deluxe hotels, and standard hotels, we have a classification of hotels also. There is a five-star hotels, two-star, three-star, four-star, and ordinary budget hotel, economic hotel, resorts, and motels, and multi-cuisine restaurants, pubs, the bars. So many opportunities we have. Apart from that, catering industries, so many opportunities are there. In that, how the behavior is going to be of a student. The behavior of student should be very service motivated oriented person he should be. The language should be a very polite, a pleasing language. And because the different cultures and different nationality people and different nationality, if you going to the international the countries to work, different nationalities are going to be there. Different the state people are going to come into the hotels and join, and different languages you have to work, and different cultures people you have to work. So you have to be motivated for those kind of cultures, adapting of those kind of work atmosphere, those kind of the work culture you need to adopt. So that is the most important for us any employee or any student going to choose hospitality industry in a catering industry. And there should not be no aggressiveness. There should not be a very no, fighting with arguments, and you need to understand very wise, very uh, the understanding power, and these all things you require when you're choosing the catering industry to join as a chef in a hotel industry. So attitude is a very very important. You have to be a very polite with your seniors, and you have sometimes the people are working long hours and with a lot of stress, lot of pressure, and work tension, work pressure, all these things will be there. Abusing the language, pushing the people, and scolding of people, shouting at people, and a lot of tension, all these things will be there. You should be a very calm on those things, and you should be controlled about your emotions, control about your anger. So that is the attitude, a pleasing attitude, a polite attitude, hospitality service attitude you should have when you choosing the hotel industry. And after that, hygiene. So because the place where all the diseases are going to be spread is a kitchen, because 24 hours we handle with the food. The food, when you're handling with the food materials, when you're handling with the preparing with the food, when you're serving food to the guest, when you're cooking for the guest, when you're handling with the all raw material, cook material, all everything, you should be a very very hygiene should be maintained from you. And that is your personal hygiene, kitchen hygiene, equipment hygiene, and floor hygiene, and hygiene and sanitation you should learn. So that is also going to be covered in a first semester, and one of the topic. Hygiene is another one topic. The hygiene is going, see, all the topics are going to be very elaborated. So the content, how depth you go into the content, that much of knowledge you're going to get. So For the students, graduate students or diploma students, what we learn in the colleges, we learn only the basics. We are not going to learn everything in the college and we are going to the industry. So if you learn everything and you become a very perfect person, no need to work in the hotel, you will become a direct executive or direct general manager. So that is the reason the colleges what you teach is the basics. So these basics when you learn, when you go to the hotels, you will come to know that is what you learn in the hotel, and how you need to be behave, how you need to be work in the hotel industry. It will teach you. So that is the most, the hygiene and sanitation subject will be there in a first year, in a introduction of cookery. So you have to learn that one. Personal hygiene, taking bath, taking shower, and nail cuttings, hair cutting, mustache, and the deodorant, and your um, the uniforms, cloth. Okay, all these things, personal hygiene. When you use toilet, washing hands. When you going to public area, washing hands. When you're touching people, washing hands. And with all this hygiene standards, you should be learn in a first year. Then another one is uniform and protect clothing. So why we should wear the uniforms in the hotel industry and in the colleges? First, you wear the uniform for because of identification of your profession. If you're wearing a chef jacket, it will identify you are a chef. If you're wearing a blazer, it's identifying you as a front office manager. If you're wearing the service coat, you're going to identify the F&B service person. So these are the uniforms will going to be identify your profession and your work. And another important is it protect you in when you working in the kitchen, because we are talking now food production department related. So when you working in the kitchen, it will protect from the fire, hot oils, hot boiling waters, heat, and the spills. All this will protect your uniform. When you wear a cotton chef jacket and a checks pant and one scarf, one cap, and all these things, there is a reason. So when you wear the chef coat and apron, it will protect from your hot gravies, hot oils, hot water, and sometimes spills. All these things it will protect. And it catches the fire also. First, it won't spread the fire immediately to the body. From the heat also it protect. So that is the reason the uniform is one of the most important factor when you working in the departments. Okay, so third one, the next is a safety precaution and handle equipment. Why we need to learn a safety the precautions? Because the kitchen one of the dangerous area. All equipments are going to be very sharp equipments. If you are going to work in a 5-star hotel, in the 5-star hotel will be having choppers, slicers, knives, peelers, and the blenders, all grinders, and fire, and chopping butcher knives, all very sharp knives, and very danger equipment you are going to handle. So when you lighting of the fire also to the burner, you have to be very careful. These safety precautions and safety measures you have to follow, and thoroughly you should learn. Then why we should learn? Because of protecting ourselves, protecting a guest, protecting of other staff members. Because if you are not learn these kind of practices, you're going to damage for the industry or damage for the your property and others life also, because your negligence costs for other life. So that is the reason you should learn how to handle the equipment, where to put, how to wash, how to keep it, how to hold it, how to cut it, and after cutting what you have to do it. All these things, how distance should be maintained, how to hold your choppers, how to hold your knife, how to hold your paring knife. There is a lot of classification of equipment will be there. The small equipment, large equipment, all this equipment in the classification, mechanical equipments, okay, all these equipments will be there in a working in the kitchen. These are the some of basics what you're learning in a first year. And when you're coming to the next the unit, then they're going to teach you about hierarchy of the people in the departments. What are the hierarchy? Hierarchy means it is a designation of your employment, designation of your persons. The hierarchy will be in the kitchen. You will be having executive chef, executive sous chef, chef de partie, demi chef, commis 1, commis 2, commis 3, trainees, apprentice. All this hierarchy will be there in the kitchen. In this kitchen, the executive chef is the manager and is the head of your department. Whatever you have any problem, you can solve your problem with the talking with the executive chef in the hotels. So according to the hierarchy levels, your work distribution will be there. What you supposed to do, what executive supposed to do, what a sous chef supposed to do, what a demi chef is supposed to do, what chef de partie supposed to do, what the trainee supposed to do, what the apprentice is supposed to do. The work divided as per their hierarchy levels. These are the hierarchies are going to be there in a 5-star hotels. And so role and of executive chef. What is the role of executive chef exactly in the kitchen? So of course, after complete of your graduation, and if you're smart enough, after third year, the hotel people will going to hire you as a maybe management trainee, executive trainee. But after that, what position you're going to get to become an executive chef? At least it will take 5 to 10 years, because you need a experience, you need a practice. Without practice, without experience, it is a very difficult to handle that position. It's not one department. You're going to have a stores department, and you're going to have a butcher department, pantry department, guard manager department, banquet kitchen, continental kitchen, Chinese kitchen, Indian kitchen, tandoor kitchen, South Indian kitchen, specialty kitchen, and banquet specialty menus, international cuisines, for making of indents, making of the costing, controlling of the costing, hierarchy, job allocation for the staff, and job distribution, work distribution. The executive chef will having a lot of role in a 5-star hotel. And apart from that, your monitoring of quality, monitoring of quantity, monitoring of standards, monitoring of company standards, all this will be maintained by executive chef. So executive chef role is going to be a very elaborated. Each and every thing you need to check. That is the role of executive chef. So getting of a fresher or just a simple man cannot handle the position. You need a lot of practice. What is happening in the guard manager? What is happening in the pantry? What is happening in the butcher? How much meat required? What is the cost control? What is the portion control? What is the portion size? All these things you should be know about being an executive chef. The executive chef role will be very high. So after joining in a hotels as a management trainee or executive trainee, maybe after 2 years or 3 years after training, they're going to give you as a chef de partie or a sous chef or commis 1. That's all. Because that level you need to maintain. When you're being in a management trainee, they will teach you all these things, what a trainee is supposed to do, what an apprentice is supposed to do, what the commie 1, what commie 2, what commie 3 these people are going to do. So management training was only observation, that's all. But practically you cannot do it. A commie 1 will prepare the better dish than the executive trainee. Executive trainee only he will monitor and he observe. So how a biryani, a commie 1 will prepare a very good biryani, but management trainee cannot prepare the very good biryani, because he don't have a practice, he don't have a the experience. Maybe he can suggest these are the ingredients, these are the texture, this is the timing, this is the, because he learned in the college being a student. But commie 1 have a practice. That is the reason the executive chef also have lot of pressure, lot of the work, the tension, okay, lot of responsibilities. So for being an executive chef, it will take at least some time to get that position, to come on that position. So now after executive position, the fulfilling the duties and responsibilities of people. So as per the hierarchy levels, they are going to allocate the duties and responsibilities to them. What commie 1 supposed to do, what sous chef supposed to do. All these responsibilities will be divided for the as per their hierarchy levels. So that's why we are going to distribute the people as per their departments. And apart from this, bakery and confectionery also will be there. For the bakery and confectionery, separate skills you require, and that staffing is a separate, but the monitor and managed by the executive chef. Okay, this is cooperate with the other departments. What are the other departments you have? You will be having F&B service, you will be having housekeeping, you will be having a front office, reservations and F&B control, accounts, stores, engineering, maintenance, laundry, crew galley, the staff mess. A lot of departments are there. Security departments, receiving departments, and transportation department, suppliers, and the purchasers. Lot of network department, communication department, the software department. All these things in a hotel will run like in a lot of departments. You should have the coordination for each and every department, because it's related to every departments. If F&B service is there, the person who come and pick up the food to serve the guest in the restaurant, if you don't give on the time, if you don't give a quality food, if you don't give the coordination with the staff, it's very difficult. So that is the reason every department, if you want uniform, you need to be coordinated with the housekeeping department. If you want the cost budget and cost control and the how much you spend, everything you need, F&B controls you need to contact. If you want salaries, you have to contact with the accounts department. If you want some repair of your oven, repair of your fridge, you have a maintenance department. If you want purchase your indent, you should have a coordination with the stores department. If you want check your quality, the invoices checking, security department you should have. So all these things, the coordination of other departments also very important. So what we learned today is, first, introduction of cookery. The introduction of cookery and what is the cookery, how it is going to be cooked, how many departments are going to be there, how many hierarchy levels of the chefs, and what are the coordination with the other departments, what you supposed to do when you join in the college, and what personal hygiene, how it is going to be maintained, and what is the importance of uniform, and what is the attitude you should have in the while you're working in the hotels. All these things in a unit 1 and unit 2, they're going to teach you. So this is the topics from hotel management. You see, according to the hotel management college, private or government, and some of degree levels, diploma levels, the university concern, as per their university concern, as per their requirement, syllabus will be structured. Not only these topics will repeat for all hotel management students. Maybe some hotel management colleges will be having different sauces, soups, stocks, they'll put it in a first. But according to the sequence, according to the learning process, this is taken from the IHM. So I am explaining IHM syllabus. Okay, so these are the two topics we discussed, and unit 1, that is unit 1 and unit 2 in a first semester topics. So next video we will discuss unit 3 and unit 4 for first semesters. So every the video I'll upload the hotel management syllabus concern. So next video we are going to discuss about culinary terms, aims and objective of cooking, what are the soups, classification of soups, what is the stock, what are the mother sauces, basic sauces, how it is going to be prepared, and all these topics will be discussed later next video. Until then, thank you very much. And if you have any doubts or questions or comments, please subscribe my videos, my channel, and you can comment on that. I will give you a reply whatever you have questions and doubts. Okay, thank you.